Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is a travel essentials or what's in my travel bag video, because everybody's starting to travel now because lockdown restrictions are lifting and hopefully we get to go on a few holidays this year. So I thought I would start the lockdown lift with some what I take when I travel. So let's get on with the video. Okay, so this is my little travel bag. It's not the biggest thing, but these are just like the generic basic stuff I take. Obviously, like, I'll take extra things like my hairbrushes, things like that. So obviously, gotta love a good hairbrush. Bit of a necessity, but these are like the little bits and bobs I get. Well, I bring. So this is like for like short little trips, like weekends away, which hopefully we'll get to do this year. It's not a big bag, it's very small, just a basic plastic bag. Ironically, I got it for Christmas. Love it to pieces. But these are like the basic things that I will never go without, like anywhere at all. So now a new essential is obviously hand sanitizer. Normally I take a smaller little pot, but I've ended up like now packing this Cuticura, whatever one. But normally I stick with like really basic generic ones that like you always see at like the front of a boot store. But obviously I thought, well, it's better if I take a bigger one, well, a slightly bigger one to my normal ones, you know, because you don't really want to run out potentially and then have to get another one whilst you're away, because that's just a pain and you never know if a store is going to have it, if that makes sense. So I thought I'll bring a bigger one, more useful and more helpful. I also take some very generic Boots Own brand wipes, just because, like, this is gonna be weird, but I'm used to always being around like my nephew and my nieces, and they always get sticky fingers, and these just save my life. Plus, like, if you get really hot, like, they just like are very cooling and quite refreshing, if that makes sense. So like you can just wipe your forehead and whatnot. These are a lifesaver, especially with little kids around. Obviously, hopefully I won't just be going away with them. Then again, half the time I never go away with them, it's just they're always coming here. But no, I still pack them whenever, because even being 19, sometimes I even get sticky hands, like if I'm eating out and like you get sticky ribs or something like that. I don't necessarily eat sticky ribs, but I know a lot of people do, and it just makes your hands sticky, and sometimes you just want to wash your hands or wipe your hands, and it's just one of those sorts of generic things that are really handy. Then I've got a little pot of Carmex, which is their classic one, which is Don't Lose Me Moisturising Lip Balm. I haven't actually used this. It smells amazing though. I normally use my Carmex tube, which I'm almost at the end of, but I always find if I put tubes in here, like, they get squished and not pleasant, so I thought, well, I'll just use my Carmex pot because it's more handy, and yes, it takes up a little more room, but it fits without like potentially like leaking or anything. Like, you always get like the odd object that leaks whenever you put it in a travel kit. Then I have the Batiste, yeah, dry shampoo spray. I just have this in like the generic spray. Like, I've got a giant version of this, as well as a little floral version, well, a medium floral version, and ironically, I only got into this when my mum was in hospital for a while, because we got her a giant one for while she was in hospital. and that's why we have a giant one in the house, because she still uses it from time to time. It's quite handy from time to time. And then I've got the medium one because the big one's almost out, so I thought I'll just pick up the medium one when I picked up my little mini travel one. And honestly, this is a lifesaver, like when you're traveling or just on hot days when you need that little refresh in your hair. Then I just have a mini little Colgate toothpaste, like your generic toothpaste. Max White Optic instantly whitens teeth. Ironically, I don't normally use this one, like this toothpaste. I don't know what one exactly I use, but normally I use it with my electric toothbrush, but whenever I go on holiday I don't tend to take my electric toothbrush, just because it's very big and bulky, and it's like, I know I've got a travel case for it, but it's just like, I don't really want to drag it around like in my bag or whatever. So I just take a disposable toothbrush which I can like throw away or whatever afterwards. It's not as eco-friendly, but it's just like a safe, a space saver, which is why I just get like a mini tube of whatever, Colgate toothpaste or any toothpaste. I'm not really fussed with what toothpaste I use when I go on holiday. It's just toothpaste. Then I have a travel perfume spray, which honestly, this is one of my favourite scents, which like they don't do anymore. Pink grapefruit and watermelon one, which you used to be able to get. It's like a body mist rather than a perfume. That's what I tend to use in the summer. This is more like my summer travel bit. But lived by this. So sad they stopped doing it. They only do normal grapefruit, and I find normal grapefruit smells a lot more bitter than pink grapefruit, which makes me so sad that they stopped doing this one. If you ever find somewhere that sells pink grapefruit and watermelon, do let me know because I love to stock up on this. But no, I just prefer travelling around with a little perfume like mini bottle than taking around actual perfume bottles or body mists, because normal body mist is huge. This one's strawberry and kiwi, absolutely love this one. Or like a glass perfume bottle is just like potentially gonna smash, and that'll be devastating and ruin whatever's in your bag. Not pleasant. So that's why I normally pack one of those. Then obviously you've got the generic roll-on, always helpful. And then I have this. Now this little contraption, it's flawless facial hair removal. It's battery powered. It's quite handy because sometimes you just have that weird awkward like eyebrow hair that's like up here or something, or just in general like as a backup touch up, because you never know when you need to like touch up your brows and whatnot. I just find it more useful to carry around. Like I keep it around in general, but it's great for holidays rather than taking like razors and things, like a razor, like, well not a razor, like one of those like eyebrow razors or tweezers and whatnot, and then having to faff around for like half an hour just like trying to pluck that one. You can just go and it's gone. Honestly, it's great. Yes, it's a bit noisy. That's something I don't really like, or I don't appreciate its noisiness. But it's something like all you got to do is replace one AA battery and you're good to go. And the battery lasts quite a while, to be honest, if you don't play around with it. It can't accidentally turn on because you can't turn it on whilst it's in its little case, which I also think is quite convenient because sometimes you don't find things with cases, and these cases are great. I don't know if it can be used on men. If it could be used on men, it would be a lot better for them as well. Like, I know it can be used on women. I've still got the packaging. Yes, I'm that person that keeps the packaging no matter what. It says designed for facial hair, so probably men can use it too. I think it's like £20 or something at Boots. I'm not sure. It's by JML. But no, I just find it like just a really easy backup. Like, well, not even a backup. It's just really easy to use in general, like makes life so much easier and faster, and I just adore it. So yeah, that's literally everything I take in my travel bag. Obviously, like, I take my hairbrush, my comb, my toothbrush, well, disposable toothbrush and flannel, but these are just like the basic things like I will never leave like a trip without. Like sometimes I add in like breath spray, because one thing that I find really annoying with masks is, as well as making your skin dry out, like you can get a really bad like mask breath, that's what I'm gonna call it, and it just really bugs me. As well as sometimes I bring my customized moisturizer along. Obviously, like normally I just bring any old moisturizer along, but sometimes if like my acne is getting really bad because of my mask, as you can see right now, it's not the worst, but it's also not the best it could be. I'll bring this along. I always use like the acne treatment, but the moisturizer I more use when my skin's really dry or really bad. But yeah, sometimes I bring the breath spray and my anti-acne moisturizer, but obviously it just depends. Like if I know I'm going to wear a mask a lot, then I will definitely bring like my breath spray. But if I'm just going to be like in a room all day, or like mostly doing outdoors walks where I don't have to really wear a mask, then I won't necessarily bring it along. Obviously this is just like a COVID thing, like I never used to bring like a breath spray anywhere before COVID, because I never really had that issue. Like even with brushing my teeth and whatnot, sometimes I find I still have that awful mask breath, and as much as my friends may hate me rattling them out, and everybody gets it, like it's awful. And it's not something you necessarily notice because you can't smell it through the mask or whatnot, but when you take that mask off, sometimes you can notice, and it's just not pleasant at the moment. And I wish there was a way around it, but there isn't. It's just a part of life at the moment, and it's something we've got to accept and adapt to, which is why I just pick up Boots Own or whatever brand's own, like whatever shop I'm in, own brand, and it literally says instantly freshens breath with an antibacterial agent. Obviously you can also use like mouthwash, but I don't take mouthwash out with me. Like this is easy, just pop off the cap, spray twice and I'm done, rather than going to a bathroom, open a cap of mouthwash, pour it into the cap, swish it around my mouth, spit it out, and off I go again after washing out the cap. Yeah, that just seems like more effort, like to find an open toilet, because obviously lots of toilets are closed because of COVID. This is just easier because you can do it anywhere. I think this one was like £1 or something. Like they're not even that expensive. Like I think a little pot of mouthwash is more expensive than one of these. So, you know, why bother? And it lasts 12 months, which is also a bonus. But yeah, so these are my potential add-ins. Like it really depends on like my skin or if I'm wearing a mask a lot. So yeah, that's it really, guys. Love you all, thanks for watching. Let me know what other like travel essentials you have, or if there's any travel essentials you think I should also pack. Okay guys, so I love you all, stay amazing, stay beautiful, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!